Hello, believers, non believers, and everyone in between. You're listening to Stories with Sapphire. I am Sapphire Sandalo. Now get cozy and open your mind because it's story time. Vietnamese Black Magic, submitted by Viet. Like in every other culture, Vietnam also has its black magic. I resided in the small town of Sapa. There are various ethnic minority people who live there: Hmong, Khmer, Red Chow, and many others. Sapa would not be complete without them, and they painted a picture of diversity with their specialties. Not only that, but their world of mystical and mysterious things also attracts many people, including me. But this is a story about my aunt's experience. In 2014, my mom had finished settling down in this land of mist, and she invited my aunt to come to Sapa since she had been taking care of my grandparents. Finally, she could have some time to herself. It's going to be hard for you to pronounce the names, so I'll just call my aunt Q. Q helped my mom around the coffee shop while my mom set up her other store. Technically, Q was the manager of my mom's first coffee shop, so she'd go around taking care of customers' problems, helping other employees, etc. There was a regular customer who had grown close to my aunt. He'd come in the morning, order the same black coffee, and try to start conversations with her. Q liked talking with him, and soon enough, she'd look forward to seeing him. They dated a month later. Q was happy in that relationship. Her boyfriend treated her well, and they had no conflicts or arguments. Except for one thing. He owns a hotel. Occasionally, he'll come to the hotel to check up on its status, and the manager will also inform him of various matters that need his attention. Sometimes he would take my aunt with him. Here's the problem. The manager didn't like my aunt. While the other staff adored Q for her lovely personality, the manager just tried to ignore her as much as she could. And every time the couple was a little lovey-dovey, the manager would be very annoyed. There was a rumor that the manager had her eyes on him, and she held a grudge against my aunt for stealing him. My aunt never paid attention to that and just tried to be as happy as possible. That is, until strange things started occurring in her life. Her health was starting to get worse. She couldn't talk properly without coughing. Her figure got thinner, and she just looked so pale. Under her eyes were dark bags, and she would constantly wake up at night. And then there were the stomach pains. They would randomly hit her throughout the day, and they were tormenting her so much. Not only that, she would also suffer from severe headaches, like someone was banging a hammer on her head. Q would also feel like someone was watching her constantly. My mom and Q went to a hospital, but all of the checkups were fine. There was nothing physically wrong with her or her health. And then my mom had a theory. This was the work of black magic. All of this happened after that manager resigned from her position and moved away. To confirm her theory, my mom led my aunt to the nearby Hmong village. As I have mentioned before, Sapa is in a mountainous area, so we're very close to a lot of ethnic minority villages. My mom asked around the village, and they finally reached the chief's house. A weird atmosphere filled his house when they got to the front door. He invited my mom and Q inside. My mom explained the situation to him. The chief's house had 3 parts, one of which was used as an altar. He led both of them to the altar room, lit an incense stick, and prayed before putting it in an incense bowl. 3 small cups of wine stood under the bowl, and on top of it was a piece of red paper with a yellow square inside, attached by 3 chicken feathers. The chief asked his wife to bring him some eggs, freshly picked from the farm outside, along with a plate. The eggs were brought in. The chief took one of them and prayed. Then he turned back to my mother and aunt, who were still standing behind him. "Please, lay down," he asked my aunt. Q laid down, and she felt the egg being rolled over her thin figure. It started from the head, and she thought he would move to the other parts, but after a few moments, the chief suddenly stopped. He startled before turning around and cracking the egg onto the plate. Instead of a normal raw egg, there was a nail inside. A nail, an iron nail, was inside this egg, even though it was fresh. He then moved to her stomach, rolling another egg on her belly. He cracked it, only to find another nail inside. "I was right," the chief commented as he looked down at the mixture of egg yolk and nails. My aunt got up and saw the scene too. "What the heck?" she screamed. The chief gently gestured for her to lay back down before continuing with the egg cleansing. It took 6 eggs to get all the nails out, as well as blood clots and hair. The chief's wife went in and took the plate away. The chief took my aunt and mom to the main house before giving them some warm water to drink and treats to eat. My aunt took quite a while to calm down. The chief let them take their time before telling them what happened to my aunt. "Someone must have really hated you. They engraved your body with nails and hair so that you'll be sick. They hid those disgusting things really well," the chief said, puffing his cigarette. "This is the work of buangay. Buangay, also known as tu em, is the core of Vietnamese black magic. When used by the good, it can be helpful, but when used by the evil, it can be harmful, most of the time resulting in death." The chief said my aunt was very, very lucky. If she had waited another week, she would have been dead. My mom and aunt thanked him. The chief gave my aunt a yellow amulet and told her to keep it with her at all times. They left the village shortly after. My mom and aunt jokingly guessed it was the manager who did it, but it wasn't until 2016 when my aunt found out what really happened. 2 years after that scary experience, my aunt married her boyfriend, the hotel owner. They decided to renovate the hotel to make better use of it. While renovating the employees' area, the construction workers found something really disturbing. Under one of the beds, there was a picture of my aunt with smeared blood and weird symbols all over her face, along with nails and red threads. Guess someone really hated my aunt. Thank you for sharing this, and deepest apologies for my Vietnamese pronunciations. I tried my best. Holy crap, this is so scary. At first, when the chief was pulling nails and things out of the eggs, I thought, okay, there's a possibility some sleight of hand could be happening. But to then later find those exact items on that photo of your aunt, that's some pretty solid confirmation that it was not a trick. I am endlessly fascinated by people who hate this deeply, especially when it comes to jealousy. Like, to have put your aunt through all of that and still not end up with the hotel owner, like, that's so embarrassing. And to send this curse after she moved away, so she didn't even get to witness it unfold. Like, girl, you were sitting over there stewing while Q is recovered and living her best life with your dream man. So maybe dream bigger.